All right, so you do not have to fall in love with AI. You just have to fall in love with what it can help you become. Let's talk about this. So I just want to talk about this because I know a lot of you guys right now are seeing the world move so fast. It's going back and forth. My bad for the lawnmower back there. Ignore it. But everything is moving so fast that you feel like you want to catch up with where it's going. But you feel like, you don't know what to do. You don't know, like, you know what AI can do. You see it, but you don't know how to make it work for you. And something about it just isn't getting you to dive in. It isn't getting you to do stuff. And I felt that exact same way because I would say that I'm usually pretty motivated and excited, but when I saw AI, I didn't know how to go about it. I'm like, how do I make the most of this? And now I'm at the point where I am making the most of it, and I want to share with you how I actually got to that point. So back in my day, when I would go to school, I freaking did not love it. I did not love it at all. I didn't feel motivated. I didn't feel anything from it. I didn't feel like diving into the best strategies to study, to get the best grades, to go to a college. That just wasn't my thing personally. Nothing wrong with that. That just wasn't for me. So I always felt like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's okay, but I did end up feeling the actual fire from something else. And the thing that actually got me motivated and showed me kind of drive was actually video games. Growing up, I would play Call of Duty competitively. Like, I played it and I freaking loved doing it. I was into the pro scene, seeing all that stuff, and just seeing how much drive it would get out of me in terms of the fact that I would have to put in a lot of hours. I saw how the professionals would play. They would play 8 hours a day. They would go hard. They would go crazy. They were learning the best strategies, everything like that. And that motivated me. That actually got me excited because it was my results were hinging on what I could do, how good I could get, how much time I could put in, what's the best strategy I could think of. That was on me. And I guess I always feared growing up having to go to a job where it's just your promotions are based on how long you've been there. I never wanted to get to that because then it doesn't matter what you do. I could go out to a job and I could put my all into a certain job and just not have the ability to get promoted because I haven't been there for a certain amount of time. That was absolutely scary to me. That was just the worst result possible for me. So in order to combat that, I decided to try to become professional in Call of Duty. I decided to try to do everything I could to put a lot of time into that. And after a while, I realized I was pretty damn good. I was nice with it, okay? But I realized I didn't want to be playing video games 8 hours a day. That just wasn't something that was going to motivate me for the rest of my life. So from that, I decided to go and be like, okay, what else could require that drive, but not necessarily be like, doing that? So I would go try drop shipping and a whole bunch of make money online stuff. But a lot of them just felt really scummy, like especially drop shipping. Drop shipping, if you don't know what it is, it's basically you would find something on Amazon, you would get it and repost it on eBay, but you would post it at a higher price. So if somebody bought it from you, you're making a little bit of money for doing basically no work off of that. And there's nothing really wrong with it. It just wasn't something that I would want to be doing for the rest of my life. I did not feel good doing that. I did not feel like I was bringing value to somebody else. So I tried all these different methods, and then eventually I got to making YouTube videos. And when I got to making YouTube videos, everything freaking clicked. It took a while, but after I started making videos, I realized what it could be in terms of being able to bring you guys value, being able to, actually have to search for stuff and to create something great for you guys. But not only that, at the beginning, I was motivated, I was excited, but the more I started to tweak it up for what actually motivated me, it's like having this little tiger inside of you. There is a tiger inside of every single one of us. And I was just watching the Michael Jordan documentary, and he talked about feeding his tiger. You have a tiger and he's trying to feed it whatever he can to make it as motivated as possible. That's exactly the state that I was in. I was trying to tweak what I was doing to make it as motivating as possible. For me, it revolves around my faith. If I can make stuff that I feel is glorifying God and bringing service to other people, then I'm going to be more motivated than anybody that's doing this stuff. So it took me a damn while. At first, I couldn't get up in the morning. I had a hard time getting my stuff done. I had a hard time, doing it from morning to night. But the more that I started asking myself, how can I glorify God through this? How can I tweak this? What do I like about this? I went from editing videos like crazy. If you look at my first video, every 5 seconds there's an edit, but I realized I didn't like that part. I actually liked the communication and just practicing that. So I had to become okay with that. I had to become accepting in that. But when I allowed myself to just follow those things that interest me and the things that actually got that tiger fed well, All of a sudden now, morning to night, I'm waking up, I'm excited, and I want to do this every freaking day. And I want that to give you guys hope for that. There's a tiger inside of you. You just have to find the right meat to feed it. You are a carnivore and you need to be fed the right meat. You can't be feeding it plants and all that stuff. You need to feed yourself the right meat that's going to get the most out of your tiger inside of you. So what this actually does, and what this involves with what I was talking about in the beginning, is when you find that thing that really connects with you, all of a sudden you start finding everything possible to make this happen, to get the best result out of this. Because I am so motivated in making videos, because I'm so motivated in bringing you guys the best value that I can, I started diving into AI completely. And I thought it was just like, let it help me outline the scripts. But it turned into something completely different. Because now I have prompts from beginning of my day to nighttime that help me live a better life. I have asked it to help tweak up my brainstorming sessions. I asked it to help me get a prompt for visualization. So all this stuff has helped me dive into AI, has helped me dive into reading books, listening to mentors, listening to YouTube videos, finding anything I can, just becoming an absolute learner. So that is possible for you guys. If you are somebody who has something inside of you, you're motivated, you kind of feel a little motivated, you feel like you could get something out of you, but you're just like, something's not clicking right now. Don't worry so much about it. It's not that you're lazy. You just gotta make a couple little tweaks. You gotta tweak it up a little, change what you're feeding your tiger, and eventually you are going to start to feel more motivated. Now it's like this obsession. I always heard Mr. Beast talking about it. I heard Kobe Bryant talking about it. I heard Michael Jordan talking about it. That obsession where you just cannot be pulled away from what you're doing. And I always thought like, oh, they just like had that automatically right away. Maybe they did, but I had to tweak my stuff up in order to unlock that obsession. So please unlock your obsession, find what you're obsessed about, because all of a sudden you're going to start catching everything. I hope you guys find that for yourself. I hope you actually take this to heart, because this is something that's going to help you make the most of this new age that we are going into. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.